I'm Shelley Doty. I'm the coordinator for Gifted and Talented Services for Hardin County Schools. Today we've been happy to welcome Ted Weesey, who is a youth development speaker, to come see our students in grades 6 through 12.
So my name is Ted Weesey. I live in Indianapolis and I travel all over the country and present leadership programs to students and really try to inspire students to make a positive impact on their school. Use a variety of different hands-on activities to make it super engaging and really inspire them to believe that they have what it takes to make a positive impact, not only in their school, but also in their different student organizations and teams and activities they have in their community. And it's always an honor to be back in Hardin County.
The keys to being a great leader. And the number one, you got to be willing to take action. To be a leader, you have to be willing to step up and do things that other people at your school are simply not willing to do. Leaders make things happen. They don't just sit back and wait for things to happen. Just like in this activity, in order to get it done, you had to approach somebody else. Now, if you sit back and wait for somebody to come up to you, you might get lucky and you might even get a few. But to truly get that done, you have to make it happen. And that's our first quality of a leader. That's the first key we're going to talk about, is are you willing to take action? Because in life, it's not what you could do, it's not what you should do, it's what you do that makes all the difference in the world. Check this out. You got 5 birds. 5 random birds are just flying along. They land on a roof. 3 decide to fly away. How many birds are on the roof?
2.
Not everybody answered. I'll go slower for you. 5 birds flying along, land on the roof. 3 decide to fly away. How many birds are on the roof?
2.
The answer, of course, is 5. Why is the answer 5? Because when I say that 3 birds decide to fly away, the decision to do something is important, isn't it? The decision to do something is important, but guess what? It means nothing until you take action. If I would have said that 3 birds got up and they flew away, then the answer would have been 2. By the way, the answer was never 4. I heard it. Whoever kept yelling 4, you were always wrong. You know how many students I've worked with over these past 20-some years who come up, hey Ted, I've decided to get better grades. Ted, I've decided to go out for the basketball team. Or Ted, I've decided to go get a job. Whatever it is. I'm not trying to be rude. Please don't take it that way. But you know what I always tell them? You let me know when you're willing to take that first step. You let me know when you're willing to take action, because until then you're just dreaming. The student who decides to do something but never takes the first step is no different than the student who never even thought about doing it in the first place. You want to be a leader? You've got to be willing to take action. And when you hear the voice, and by the way, we all hear that voice. Hey, somebody needs to do something. We all hear that voice, right? You know what the average person back in your school does when they hear that voice? Here it goes, ready? Hey, somebody needs to do something. They hear it and they go like this. I wonder who that's going to be. Never even crosses their mind it should be them. A leader where you hear that voice, hey, somebody needs to do something, and they quickly think maybe, just maybe, that somebody should be me. And they're willing to step up and take action. And in doing so, they set an example for everybody else. These are no ordinary keychains. First of all, they're in the shape of a key. Oh, yeah. Wait. What are we talking about today? The keys to leadership. What are you trying to earn? Your key. As if that wasn't cool enough, check this out. Here comes the begging card. These keychains are flexible. Oh yeah. What was your first name again? Fantastic job. Listen, you are the very first person in this entire room that has earned their key. Let me see your keychain for a second. Okay, don't do that. See, I just stole that from you. That's what they're going to try to do. So practice that again. Tyler, you got one. Can I see it?
No.
I won't steal it this time. I just want to look at it.
Nah, I'm good.
That's perfect. Don't even let us see it. All right? Where are you sitting? Look at them. They're jealous. They want your key. Now, if you get back to your table and somebody says, I'll give you $20 for that keychain, would you do it? Look at somebody, what's wrong with her? That's smart. No, that's smart. Here's why. It's yours. If you want to sell it, sell it. But I wouldn't sell it for $20. And here's why. Not everybody's going to get a key today. You have to earn it. I'm not just going to give you one. Which means at the end of my program, all of those students who have not earned the key will become desperate. If you want to sell it, that's when you sell it, when they are desperate. Because you're going to think I'm kidding. I've heard $200, $300, even $400 offered for one of these keychains. If you're going to sell it, you sell it at the end of the day and you can go straight to the bank. I had somebody just like you the other day. She was so excited, kind of like you are right now. She was like, that is the nicest keychain I've ever seen in my life, kind of like you're doing right now. And then she made a mistake. You know what she did? She went back to her table. She was like, that's such a nice keychain. It's so flexible. She made a mistake. She went back to her table. She set it down on her table. She was just looking at it and smiling. I see this guy on the other side of the room, and he was like this. Right when I was talking, dude jumps up, runs across the room, dove across the table, grabbed the keychain, got up, spin move, out the door. We never saw him again the rest of the day. Do not let that happen. You hang on to that key at all times. They step up and they do extraordinary things. You know what the key word in that whole thing is? Do. I didn't say, ordinary students think about doing extraordinary things. I didn't say ordinary students might do extraordinary. They do extraordinary things. Every day there's an opportunity back at your school for you to do something to make your school a better place. When you hear that voice, step up and do it and set an example for everybody else. Format-wise, we're going to go from key to key to key today, okay? First key is action. The second key is teamwork. Now, when you walked in here today, most of you sat with people from your school, correct? Yes? So what we're going to do for the next activity is I'm going to divide you up. And I hope that you get to sit with some people you've never met before. And great leaders know not only how to give of themselves to the benefit of the team, but they are able to get other people to work for the benefit of the team as well. Is there a team in here that feels so good about their team that they'd be willing to demonstrate our first team activity? Look at this team. You got everybody but this guy raising his hand. Are you in on this? You're in on it. Let's do it. Come on up to the front. And what you're going to do is this. There are 2 rules to this activity. Rule number 1 is this. You must keep your arms and fingers parallel to the floor. In other words, you can't go like that. You can't go like that. You can't turn them over. As best you can, you're going to keep them just like that, okay? Rule number 2 is this. I'm going to put the hula hoop on your fingertips. So you may need to adjust your circle so that you can feel the hula hoop on your fingertips. Can everybody feel it? Okay, scoot back just a little bit. Right there, perfect. Can everybody feel the hula hoop? Yes? Okay, rule number 2, you must always be touching the hula hoop. There can be no space between your fingers and the hula hoop. On the count of 3, I'm going to let go. And all I want you to do is lower it to the floor as a team. Okay? On 3. 1, 2, 3. I bet I've done that activity over my career. I bet I've done it close to 1,200 times. I do it with student groups. I do it with faculty groups. I do it with sports teams. I do it with corporate groups. Let's say I've done the activity 1,200 times. Guess how many groups I've seen go down?
0. No.
0. I've never seen a group go down. It looks easy, doesn't it? And yet, there were 2 rules. Rule number 1, keep your arms and fingers parallel to the floor. That wasn't a problem. That didn't bother you. Rule number 2, you must always be touching the hula hoop. In order for one of you to be touching the hula hoop, you had to put a tiny, just the slightest amount of pressure up, which forced the person next to you to have to put a tiny amount of pressure up, which forces the person next to them. And next thing you know, did you see them? Woo! And then did you hear, what are you doing? Why are you going up? What's wrong with you? Right? I've never had anybody go like this. She said I put a spell on it? What was that? I've heard some bizarre things. Nobody's ever said, you put a spell on the hula. I've never had anybody go like this. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I might have accidentally been pushing it up. Nobody ever says that. Everybody's first reaction is, yeah, it must be your fault. To work as a team sounds easy, but it really takes a leader to get everybody to work together. So, is there another team who would be, well, look at you people now. You're like, oh, yeah, we can do it. I want to try this team right here. Come on up to the front. We're doing a different activity. Do you know everybody on your team? No. For you to effectively work as a team, you need to know who you're working with, right? I mean, it's one of the things you've got to be able to do as a leader is you've got to know who you're working with. Let's say I'm on your team. I don't know your names. I can't be like, yo, Rogers, yo, long hair dude. I mean, what? I mean, we can't do that. You got to know their names. So, you guys watch, because you're going to get to go do this activity on your own in just a second. Okay? I want to hear everybody's name. The rest of you memorize their names. First, what is it?
Jack.
Jack. Lily. You guys remember that? Jack, Lily, Ian. Jack, Lily, Ian. Do you remember this? Yeah? Jack, Lily, Ian, Abby, Sophie, what? Ellie, Jeffrey. You got it? Jack, Lily, Ian, Abby, Ellie, Jeffrey. Now, check this out. You guys watch because you get to go do this on your own. Jack, right? I want you to call one of your new teammates by their first name. Go ahead. Abby, call somebody different. Ellie, call somebody different. What? Ian, call somebody different. Jeffrey, call somebody else. Lily, call somebody else. Sophia, call somebody else. Ian, call somebody else. Quick. Jack. Ellie. Lily. Jeffrey. Abby. Sophie. Perfect. Now, everybody put your right hand like this. During this activity, you cannot move your hand. Lily, it's tempting, but you cannot move your hand. How the activity works is this, and I'm going to have you go first. You're going to call somebody's name. Now, I'm in the middle. Whoever you call, I'm going to try to reach over and slap their hand before they're fast enough to call somebody else. For example, let's say you call Jeffrey. Jeffrey, I'm going to try to go like that before you call somebody else. Now remember the rule. You're not allowed to move your hand. There's usually at least one person in every group, and they hear their name and they just do this. Ah! If you move your hand, you have to replace me in the middle. Jack, if somebody calls you and I smack your hand before you call somebody, you have to replace me in the middle. Now, Ian, if you call Jack, you can't go right back to Ian. This can't be Jack, Ian, Jack, Ian, Jack, Ian. Okay? You go first. So I should have told you, it's a speed competition. When you hear your name, you can't just do this. Oh, somebody called my name. No, it's too late then. Okay? So remember, it's a speed competition. I'll let you go. We'll practice again. You go first. Got you. Okay, by the way, I think I got the first three of you, but I let it slide. Jack, excellent job. We're going to practice one more time. You go first. Did you move your hand again? Yeah, you're in the middle. It was like, by the way, the other day, this girl goes like this. And I go, did you move your hand? She goes, no, I moved my body. I'm like, too bad. All right. Now, because I was in the middle, I get to go first. Jack, I see you trying to scoot out the back door. Scoot back in here. Okay, do you know what you're doing? I'm going to call somebody's name. Try to get their hand. If you miss that person, go to the next person. Are you ready? Jeffrey? Excuse me, dude. Did you totally lose it? Switch. Okay, now who goes first this time? Sophie. Excuse me, do you know what you're doing, dude? Did you see him? Like, everybody know the rules? Spread out somewhere in the room. Introduce everybody. Put somebody in the middle.
Debate. Oh, debate. Guys, we're not good at this. Sign. Okay, now pull.
Davis.
Karen. Sure. Okay.
Hey, to get better at any skill, I think you need to practice, right? For example, if one of you came up to me and said, hey Ted, I'm not very good at shooting free throws in basketball, what do you think I ought to do? You know what I would tell you to do? I'd say, go get in the gym, get a ball, get on the free throw line, and start practicing. You know, I wouldn't say, oh, you're not good at free throws? Why don't you go down to the local library and check out a book about basketball and read it, then you'll be better. That doesn't make sense, does it? Guess what? Leadership skills are the same way. You get better as a leader through practice. So now we practice this idea of being able to work as a member of a team, of getting everybody to work together to accomplish a common goal. Here's going to be your activity. In just a second, I'm going to give everybody in here one chopstick. Okay? And what you're going to attempt to do is this. Now, imagine I'm sitting at a table. Everybody's going to take their chopstick. Okay? Imagine this is the table. And you're going to hold your chopstick with one finger just like this. Everybody got it? Okay. Then as a team, you need to make two decisions. The first decision is this. Which way are we going to go? Are we going to go to the right? Or are we going to the left? The second decision you have to make is this. Which way are we going to go? And then when, like how are we going to know when to go? So you've decided right or left, and then you have to decide, well, how are we going to know? Are we going to count? Is it going to be 3, 2, 1, go? Is it going to be 3, 2, 1? Is it going to be on your mark, get set, go? You're going to have to decide. Now, during this activity, you can only use one hand. You can use your right hand, you can use your left hand, I don't care, but you can only use one hand. So, imagine this, everybody's holding their chopstick like this. Now your other hand, if you're tempted to use it, put it behind your back, put it under your leg, do something. At the exact same time, everybody is going to let go of their chopstick, and you're going to grab the chopstick of the person sitting next to you. Now, imagine this is somebody else's hand, right? Because I can only use one hand. What you're attempting to have it look like is this. Everybody at your table, you want it to go like this. If one person leaves too early or too late, you're going to see this. Okay? Who can complete 5 passes in a row? Wait. Did you hear what I said? In a row. So the activity usually looks and sounds like this. 1, 2, start over. 1, 2, let's say you get 4 in a row. And then on number 5, one person drops the chopstick. You can't go like this. Oh, that is close enough. 5 in a row. Now, when you do hit 5 in a row, I want you and every one of your teammates to jump out of your chairs and make as much noise as you can so I know who was first. The team that gets 5 in a row first earns the keychains. Oh, here we go. Here we go. On your mark. Remember, you can only use one hand. On your mark. Get set. Go.
Go. 3, 2, 1, go.
I tried to keep it this way so you look at your time. Set, go. Ready? Set, go. Set, go. Set, go. Two.
3, 2, 1, go.
We have a winner! 5 in a row! Nice job. Excellent job. Congratulations. What's your first name?
Reese.
Reese, your life is now complete. Congratulations. Here you are, my friend. Excellent. Can I toss it? Can you catch? Can you catch? You already have one, right?
Yeah.
Can you catch?
Yeah. What?
Let's try it again. Can you catch? Yes. Dude, that's 2 in a row. Let's try it again. Tell me when you're ready. Okay. Key change for the person in this room who's willing to stand up and tell me. First 2 keys of leadership. You're up, Lily.
Do it and
Whoa, do what?
okay.
Do what?
Take action.
Take action.
And teamwork.
And teamwork. Lily, you get a key. Think about the best leader you've ever been around and tell me. Raise your hand if you've got something to say. Tell me, what was it about them that made them such a great leader? Yes, I saw your hand first. Yes, go ahead, real loud. They were confident. Yes.
They listen to everyone.
They listened to everybody else. Excellent.
They were polite even when doing constructive criticism.
Excellent. Polite.
They never doubted anybody.
Never did what? Never doubted anybody. These are exceptional answers. Yes.
They worked well with others.
Work well with others. Teamwork, right?
Never gave up on anyone.
Don't give up on people. Build up the team? Excellent. Yes.
They compromised when there was conflict.
Wow, these are exceptional answers.
If somebody was behind you, we didn't help them.
Wow. We could keep going all afternoon, right? But I want you to think about these things. Do you have to be a straight A student to do those things that were just mentioned?
No.
Huh?
No.
No. Do you have to be an all-state athlete to do those things?
No.
You have to be the lead in the play?
No.
No. See, anybody can be a leader when you apply the skills. The best leader I've ever been around was this woman who I did an internship for when I was in college. I got to work for her for 3 months. Best leader I've ever been around. She was amazing. Not only did she do a lot of the things you just mentioned, but one of the things that she was big on was this. She didn't care what your title was. She cared what your contribution was. In other words, even though I was only there for 3 months, I was an intern, she never treated me like that. She was willing to listen to my idea just like she was her vice president. She was willing to listen. Now, that doesn't mean she didn't have to make some tough decisions. She did. But she got everybody's input. She made everybody feel like they were part of the team. So as I was creating my program, this program, I thought I need an activity in which the whole idea is to get you to be willing to listen to other people's ideas and be willing to compromise and don't let your ego get in the way of saying, but we have to use my idea. No, you're looking for the best idea. Who in here has ever heard of or seen the television show Family Feud? It's Family Feud time, people. Stand up and high five every one of your teammates. It is Family Feud time. Family Feud time. Who thinks their team is going to win? We'll find out. As a team, you're going to look over your list and you're going to say, all right, now which ones do we honestly think would be the most popular? Because Family Feud is based on surveys. It's based on the most popular answers. So for example, let's say I say, top 3 answers are on the board, right? Just like the host would. So what you do, let's say I'm a member of your team. Okay? You say, what do you think? 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 Write them all down. We're not going to judge you, just write them down. Then eventually we're going to say, all right, we're going to circle the top 3. We talk about what do you think would be the top 3? And eventually we circle our top 3. You will get 1 point for every correct answer. We're going to go through 4 or 5 questions. The team that ends up with the most points earns the keychains. All right? Here we go. Top 3 answers are on the board. Question number 1. Ready? Name a well-known character who is green. Okay, now you have 15 seconds to circle your top 3. That's not what the person with the pen thinks, it's what the whole team thinks. Here we go. Top 3 answers are on the board. Name a well-known character who is green. Number 1 answer, Shrek. Number 2, the Grinch. And number 3, the Hulk. All right, add them all up. We're going to keep a running total at the top of your page. Add them all up. I'm going to start with this team over here. How many did you get?
1.
What? 1. How many did you get? 2. 2. I noticed a pattern. 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 3. Last question. Just to keep things interesting, top 5 answers on the board. Top 5. Listen carefully. Name a 2-word candy bar. Name a 2-word candy bar. 15 seconds! 15 seconds. Gotta come up with 5.
That face.
Top 5 answers on the board. Name a 2-word candy bar. Number 1 answer, Milky Way. Number 2, Kit Kat. Number 3, Three Musketeers. Number 4, Baby Ruth. And number 5, Almond Joy. Add them all up. Add them all up. Stay standing if you have 9 or more points. Goodbye. Stay standing if you have 10 or more. 10 or more points. Goodbye. 11 or more. 12 or more points. How many do you have? 12. How many do you have? Now hold on. We have a tie. Growing up in my household, there were no ties. You kept playing until somebody either won, quit, or died. Select one person to represent your team. Select one person to represent your team. Name a famous cartoon dog. Name a famous cartoon dog. Do you have one? Do you have one? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Pluto! Pluto. Exceptional answer. Scooby-Doo. Exceptional answer. The number 1 answer. And the winner of this activity is Scooby-Doo!
We've been excited today to welcome Ted Weesey to our district. We invited many students, not just students who were identified as gifted or talented. We invited a lot of students who are interested in leadership. Ted Weesey came today for 2 different sessions, a morning and an afternoon session, where he talked to students about how to be better leaders in their communities and schools and just better themselves in general. Ted's really dynamic. He's been having students up all day long, moving around the room, learning how to talk to people that they don't otherwise know. We've been really pleased to have such a wonderful turnout, and the students really have enjoyed having a great time today.